Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Matt.
And we are Team Frida. Today, we're going to go over the argument of renting versus buying.
And it's not just because we are or been real estate brokers here in Central Florida for over 20 plus years. We don't see much of an upside to renting. And that's what we're going to go through is that process today of how we can get you from a tenant to actual home ownership. Every year, I go through our database, and every year it's inevitable that I come across individuals that are in our database that are still renting. And they always say, oh, this year's not the year. Let's wait till next year. I mean, and what happens, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years go by and they're still renting. You should be paying for your own property. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a real estate broker, right? It's like, I truly believe in home ownership.
Right. It's what we teach our children too. So if you're going to be paying down a mortgage, why not pay down your own mortgage and build that equity for you versus someone else's?
Yeah. And statistically speaking, I mean, not to get too much in the weeds with the numbers,
right?
But if you look at the average net worth of a renter versus a homeowner, it's like $5,000 for a renter versus someone home ownership, which is around a $250,000 to $280,000.
Right.
So, I mean, just that statistic alone, right?
And right here now in Florida today, there's so many programs that'll help you. If you're a first responder, there's down payment assistance for that. There's all kinds of closing cost assistance.
Right.
Rate buy downs. Like there's so many ways that we can help you get into that home. It may seem daunting just because you haven't gone through that before, or maybe it's been years, but it's really not that bad. I've never heard someone say, man, I wish I would have waited to buy a house. They always say, man, I wish I would have done this sooner, right? Like that's always the aha at the end of.
Or I wish I would have bought 2 or 3 properties along the way. 30 years goes pretty fast. I think some of the biggest issues we're seeing right now is everyone starts the process online. But to your point, it can be very overwhelming. It can be daunting. See, we do this every day. We've been doing this for 20 years.
Right.
So our job is to walk buyers, new buyers especially, through the process and not make it feel so overwhelming. I literally just had a gentleman reach out to me from Miami who said, look, I had to get off of the internet and I had to call an expert, and he called us, right? Because
huge win.
Yeah, huge win. But I mean, he's right. Like you start Googling how to buy, dude, there's so many thousands of opinions of how to do this and what's right and what's wrong. And it's like, we can just break the process down into a very simple, like the first time I meet someone, right? We go through very quickly the mortgage process, into looking for properties, into the inspections, into financing, into closing, and just like simplify it, right?
Right.
But again, it all starts with knowing your numbers and not about, you know, oh, I'm approved up to 400,000. Okay, that's great, but what does that mean?
Right.
Because where do you want to keep your budget, right? Your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and if there's an HOA. If you know you're going to be somewhere for a prolonged period of time, buy.
Because after you've owned a property for 2 years, you get the proceeds tax-free.
And the other thing that we do, right, just because a seller is asking X amount of dollars for a property doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's worth, right? So again, what do we do when a buyer says, hey, we really like this house? So we're not just running the numbers on the mortgage side, the good faith estimate, we're also running the numbers on what our property is actually selling for comparable to this property. So you know, and you're comfortable going in that you're not buying something overvalued.
Whatever you think your hurdle is to home ownership, throw it at us. Let us see what we can do.
Right, well, we can at least get you on the right path to home ownership. And if it's not today, then maybe it's 6 months from now. Maybe it's a year from now. That's
right.
Okay.
We'll put a plan together for that.
But don't let 5, 6, 7, 8 years go by, because believe me, it goes by so quickly. And the equity that you could have been building during that time period, plus the tax benefits, plus the interest you can write off.
Right.
You know, you're missing out on all of the wonderful things that's home ownership.
And a lot of times with the rental market the way it is right now, sometimes your housing payment is less than your rent.
So right now, perfect example, we were working with buyers. They tried to buy in 2018. For whatever reason, they couldn't make it happen. They weren't working with Team Frida, I know that. But you know, now they're back in the market. But again, they're paying $2,300 a month in rent right now. And we can get them into a beautiful property for $2,200 to $2,300 a month. And they can actually start paying down the debt of the mortgage, right?
Right.
Instead of continually just burning up Benjamins month after month, after year after year after year.
They're building their equity into someone else's. So one of the biggest pain points of waiting to buy a property when you've been renting for so long, I think it's just getting out of your comfort zone, right? You put up all these mental blocks, like I don't have a down payment, I don't know if I can afford it, I don't even know where I want to be, or how much I can afford. I don't know. You build it up, and it's just such a big change, even though, I say this all the time, change is hard, even if it's positive.
Right.
But can you kind of explain how we get them off that ledge, like what we do to get that process started?
Right. It's so true, like, because everyone is different, right? And we all work things up in our heads that, like, 99.9% of the time, like Tom Petty says, never happens anyway. And it's so true, because part of it is people want to get into, like, their dream home, but sometimes you have to start somewhere. It's okay to start in a townhome. It's okay to start in maybe a smaller single-family residence.
Or you might be able to afford that dream home. If you don't start somewhere, you'll never know. So then we start looking at properties. We know your numbers. We know what you can afford. We'd even dive down into your monthly payment, right?
Right.
Principal, interest, homeowners insurance, HOA, and taxes. That when you figure that out, you know exactly what your expense is going to be from month to month.
And the other thing too is buyers get so overwhelmed because they put the cart before the horse, right? They're out there literally running around, open houses, going into new construction, running everywhere, going on Zillow, and then what happens when you go on Zillow, you look for a property, and next thing you know, you got 47 real estate agents trying to reach out to you.
Right.
Which makes it even more overwhelming and daunting because your phone is ringing off the hook.
It becomes like analysis paralysis, right? You have too much information.
Right.
So again, you're a little paralyzed as to how to move forward.
So knowing those numbers on the good faith estimate helps streamline all that. It helps take away, there's plenty of properties for sale, plenty. And anyone who says there isn't, they just don't know the market. There's something out there for everyone. Our job is to help you find it with as little stress as possible. All right, so I guess so many times people are so hung up where they don't think they have enough money to buy a house, right? Because they've been renting, they haven't been able to save for the down payment. And there are a couple factors when you're looking to purchase a property that you have to be aware of, right? You have your down payment and you have your closing costs. So these are two separate items on the good faith estimate. Now, in most situations, we can get your closing costs covered, especially in today's market, by the sellers, right? But the down payment, there's also ways around that as well. So there's down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers. There's different programs if you're a veteran, or if you're emergency services, or if you're a school teacher. There's so many things out there that we can help put together depending upon your particular situation, where we can help you offset some of those costs so it's not as much out of pocket. And then when you get into the payment type situation, the payment in most cases is either at or less than what you're spending every month in rent. And that's where we come in. So we get calls all the time, people saying like, hey, I don't know anything about Central Florida. We are relocating here. We want to move to Orlando. So like, what's the next steps, right? So they usually come to town, we show them different areas, but it's okay to, if you need to, do like a short-term rental, an Airbnb. We got tons of them around this area, right? 30, 60, 90, 120 days, whatever it takes so you feel comfortable, right? When you come here, you spend time with us. We also send you to different areas. Check out Mount Dora, check out Lake Mary, check out Sanford, check out Lake Nona. We're in Central Florida. We're in the theme park capital of the world. There's a lot of Airbnbs, all different price points, all different types of properties, keeping in mind that this is just a short-term, process to get to the end goal of where you want to be. And that gives you some time to now come out to these areas, check them out on the weekends, check out the festivals, check out the farmers markets. Where are you in the proximity to where you're going to be working, right? All of these things that we talk about on these videos, you can be here doing it hands-on.
See what your vibe is.
Right, Apopka, Winter, what is your vibe? Like, we don't know, right? All we can do is show you different areas. There's so many wonderful parts of Central Florida, right? That have family vibes, that have good restaurants, good nightlife. It all depends on what you're interested in as a family, right?
Right.
So to two, it's okay to do the Airbnb. It's okay to rent short term, but have a plan, have a strategy, know your numbers.
Let that be part of your plan.
Correct.
Right? So you don't feel stressed or you don't feel like you're behind the 8 ball trying to figure out where you want to be here in Central Florida.
If any of this stuff resonates with you, all of these videos are brought to you by Team Frida, brokered by LPT Realty, the fastest growing brokerage in the history of the world. Please like, subscribe, comment. If there's any other topics, we're always looking for topics that would resonate with you. Let us know.
Or if you have specific questions and you want to reach out to us, you can call or text us at any time, 407-383-4021.
And do your due diligence, right? Just don't take our word for it.
Yeah, check us out. Google us. Go to Zillow. Look at our profile there. Don't take our word for it. See the over 1,000 customers that we've personally helped in the last 20 years buy and sell real estate. And we're still their advisors, even if they're not looking in the market right now. If they have a real estate question, they call us, and we love that. We love it. We would love to hear from you too.